You're listening to a pre-recorded broadcast on gshradio.com.
Welcome to Pit Stop, everybody. Hope everyone has their coffee. They pulled up a nice comfy chair. We are going to talk about how to handle stress and still stay clean and sober. Good morning, AJ. How you doing, my friend?
I'm here.
You're here. I know you have coffee.
I'm here.
I know you have coffee.
Yeah. I've been in coffee overload for days.
All right. We've already posted that you're up in New Jersey. Why don't you give us a little bit of the background as to why you're there and why we're having this show today?
Okay. So we all know that we have our family and then we have our extended family. And sometimes the extended family means a lot more, unfortunately. I have a friend of mine who was like my child. I could not have loved her anymore if I birthed her myself. And she was in a horrific car accident. The driver was drunk and they hit the guardrail. They were airborne, and then the car landed on the driver's side and slid 153 feet before it hit a pole and busted into 4 pieces.
I'm so sorry, my friend.
And I spoke to her the night before she died. So this was a trip that I was not expecting to take. And if I had my choice, you know, it'd be very, very different.
All right. Now, New Jersey is home for you, right?
I'm from Brooklyn, but I spent a lot of years in Jersey.
Well, see, I'm from Jersey and spent a lot of time in New York, so
it's where I lived before I left. And my sister said it best yesterday when she said that I was like Peter Pan, and they were all my kids. They were my lost boys.
Now, this is before you entered recovery, correct?
Oh, way before. This was when I was just in the beginning of the roughest of it.
All right, so going back home and stepping into your old shoes for a hot minute, is it the same?
I can't say that I stepped into my old shoes because that person is gone, but coming back here and being the sober one has been, it's a good thing, but it's been a very strange thing. Like emotionally, I'm drained. I feel like I'm on another planet. When I first left Jersey, I was back here every so many months because I was homesick. But I haven't been back here in 6 years, and the last time I was here was for my nephew's funeral. So it was strange. It's very strange. I feel like I'm out of place.
So dealing with grief as an addict when you're in full-blown using versus now, almost 4 years sober, it only feels strange?
Yeah. I can honestly say through this whole experience, and it's been a rough one, not only because of her death, but it's just been a rough one in general. The one thing that hasn't crossed my mind, not one single solitary time, was getting trashed. I haven't thought about picking up, and it's become second nature to me. You know, I haven't had to fight the urge, and I haven't had to do all of that. I was at a bar the night I got here. And yesterday was the funeral. And if I didn't pick up then, I knew I was free. In that sense, my obsession to drink is gone. And I know that no matter what I'm going through, no matter how bad it is, picking up a drink is not going to make it any better.
Yeah, it's only going to bury it for a little while, and then you still need to deal again. You did a great little blog on We Are One Voice about the 5 phases of grieving. And I just happened to print it up. So the 5 phases: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and then finally acceptance. You start drinking if you're still a full-blown addict. And denial becomes a perpetual state. It's a perpetual state.
It becomes your excuse. You know what I'm saying? You start out denying it. This can't be happening. But then you slowly, as you drink or as you get high, that denial just becomes a boo-hoo, woe is me, pity party.
Yeah, you never get to move on to stage 2. You never even move into anger because you keep yourself numb in denial. And that's the reason for you to continue.
What's worse is you stay stuck between two of them. You know what I'm saying? You can stay stuck between you're angry and you're still in denial, or you're bargaining. Well, what if I would have done this? What if I would have done that? And you stay stuck between bargaining and depression. A lot of people get stuck in the depression phase, which causes them, they want to get numb and they want to put it away, and they never get to the acceptance part.
Alcohol is already a depressant.
Right now, I can honestly tell you that I'm not in denial anymore. Damn it, she's gone. Right now, I'm in the anger and the bargaining phase. It's going to take me a while to get to the acceptance, though.
And that's okay. There is no time limit on grief. Everybody is different. If anybody tells me that I need to get over my mom passing away 9 years ago, I'm going to put a hurting on them. It's
not something you ever get over, but once you accept the fact that it is exactly what it is, it enables you to move on.
Which is exactly what you
you're never going to forget. That girl is going to be a part of me. Like I said, we lost mine. And that's something, she's going to be with me forever.
You know that I'm a Christian. And I'm a devout Christian. I'm a devout Christian. But a good friend of ours, Andy, posted an article, why you want a physicist at your funeral. No, it has everything to do with science and about how you can change energy, but you can't create it and you can't destroy it. It just changes its form. So no matter who dies, even if you don't believe in God, that energy continues on in you.
I like that.
About the photons, every time that you looked in their face and they looked in yours, there were photons. There was energy that went between the two of you. You never lose that energy. You never lose that part of you. And they're with you the whole time.
I like that.
I loved it too. And I'm a devout Christian.
I may have to borrow that.
It was, go on Andy's page. I mean, it was a really enlightening article. And I couldn't understand how an atheist thought that all it was you die and you're done, that there's nothing else. But this particular article that he posted as an atheist, because he doesn't believe in God, he doesn't believe in the higher power, but he does believe in the cosmic energy. And that's science. That's proven science, that you can't get rid of energy. And it was a very enlightening article. So even if you don't believe in a higher power, there are ways to console yourself.
Well, I have to say this. I cannot post this on my page out of respect. Margarita had a twin sister. And out of respect for Margarita's twin sister, I can't post this on my page. But like I said, yesterday was the funeral. And Margarita's mother is a over-exaggerated, devout Pentecostal who refused, Margarita was gay, who refused to accept, her lifestyle. And she turned her funeral into a sinner versus saints, you must rebuke your sins type of service, to the point where I had to get up and walk out.
Well, that's no tribute to Margarita then, is it?
No, it isn't. That's not the way she would have wanted it. And Margarita, because the car accident was so horrific, Margarita had to have a closed casket because she only has half of a face. Her mother got up at the end of the funeral and started telling people how Margarita looked. Like, as if we couldn't figure out, why would you do that?
Again, this is just adding stress to an already almost unbearable situation.
That's where my anger came from. That is where, and the fact that it was a drunk driver that caused all this havoc. But
so be thankful she moved you from denial into anger.
Yeah.
That's a step forward.
Yeah. And what we did was we went out to Applebee's and we celebrated the way she would have wanted us to. And we laughed and we cried, and we laughed and cried at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's the way she would have wanted it.
Margarita was an alcoholic, yes or no?
She would joke about it, but I think that if she wasn't, she was definitely on her way.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
So that's why a party at Applebee's is more apropos than a funeral describing what she looked like, right?
If they would have done her funeral the right way, and you got up and you spoke about her and remembered her the way she was, then we might not have had to do it. But it was all the old crew that got together, the family.
Your Lost Boys? Your Lost Boys?
Yeah, my Lost Boys. I swear to God, I almost fell off the chair when she said that. And that's the way it was. That's just the way it went, and that's what she would have wanted. And everybody at Applebee's, there were 13 of us, and everybody had margaritas except for me. I was drinking a little Shirley Temple. For me, it was my Shirley Rita.
There you go. There you go.
And
There's always a way
and
to celebrate even without the alcohol, even in a stressful situation.
for me, it was better because had I been drinking, it would have made the situation worse, and then I would not have remembered any of it because, I'm a blackout drunk.
I am so sorry, my friend. On that note, we're going to go to our first commercial break, brought to you by Also Out Youth. They provide advocacy and leadership, support and outreach located in Sarasota, Florida. You can find them quicker and faster at rainbow411.com. We'll be right back.
Hey listeners, this is Chanel from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 1 and RuPaul's Drag U Seasons 1, 2, and 3. And you're listening to GSHradio.com.
The Flamingo Resort, Florida's largest GLBT resort, features nonstop entertainment with 6 themed bars and a high-energy dance club. Our Flamingo Grill restaurant offers delicious food at reasonable prices. Our 7 on-site specialty shops offer a variety of retail product bound to strike your fancy. Our exceptionally large 80,000-gallon pool is perfect for enjoying a tropical cocktail in the sun or playing a game of volleyball during our world-famous tea dance. In addition, the Flamingo is just minutes from some of the world's best beaches. Our guests are number one focus. We do our best to create an atmosphere where you can make new friends, have pleasant dreams, and make new memories. Flamingo Resort, bringing paradise with pride.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, this is Raquella, and thank you for listening and supporting GSHradio.com.
And we are back with Pit Stop. So, we were talking about how to deal with grief, and AJ's in New Jersey. I found something. I did my research. This is called High Bottom Drunk, a novel. It's Stress Management in Recovery by Charles N. Roper. This guy hits home. He talks like you do, AJ, which is probably why I understood and you might not have to translate so much.
Okay.
Ready? The fantasy. Get sober and everything will fall neatly into place. The reality. Get sober and watch your stress level explode. True or false?
That's very true.
Okay. One of the many paradoxes surrounding recovery is that it can bring out the best and the worst in alcoholics and addicts. This is especially true of those who operate under stressful conditions. Before slipping into recovery, alcoholics and addicts had a surefire antidote for stress. Get high. Stressed out? Open a cold beer or pour a stiff drink. Had a hard day? Roll up a joint. Feel beat? Lay out a couple of lines. These solutions didn't work in the long run, of course, but they sure did offer temporary relief. In other words, they work. Then along comes recovery, and poof, the temporary relief is gone. What now?